7:30 on Thursday. We've got the Car Pro Jerry Reynolds. And, Jerry, save us from coronavirus.
Oh,
Well,
yes, please.
Hi, Dave. Morning, Matt.
Hey.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Well, we can talk about the beautiful Lexus that's sitting in my driveway.
Yeah,
Wow.
I saw a picture of it. I if it wasn't for Texas A&M, I would say that color is a beautiful color.
Yeah, I hear you. It's red. There's no doubt about it. But this is the 2020 RX350. This is the most popular luxury SUV sold in America, and it has been for a lot of years. And there's a lot of reasons for it. I mean, it's a Lexus. They're just so well built, and they drive so good, and they're quiet inside, and the interior attention to detail is fantastic. Interesting thing about the Lexus RX is the loyalty of people who get these. And I hear this from people on the show all the time that, hey, I had a Lexus RX350 and now I want something else. And they get out and look and they compare, and they almost always come back to a Lexus RX350. Now, part of the Lexus business model with this vehicle is leasing. The huge majority of people who have these lease them, and they get another one every 3 years. And Lexus really incentivizes their leases. They're a little different than most car companies. You won't hear them out there talking about big rebates and 0% financing and all that stuff. What they do is they sink all their incentive money into lowering that lease payment. So when somebody does shop luxury SUVs, the Lexus is always in a commanding position of being a much cheaper payment than just about anything out there. So, it drives good, it rides good. It's got a 3.5-liter V6. It's got plenty of power. The one I've got this week is the F Sport, which is something that they added a few years ago for people who wanted a little bit firmer ride. And there are those people out there. So now there's settings where if you want that soft, cushy luxury vehicle ride, you can have it. But if you want a sportier ride with better handling and more acceleration, you can go into sport mode on the center console, and this thing really performs well. This is a SUV that I've reviewed over the years many times, but I got to tell you, it's one that I just don't ever get tired of. They're always just such a joy to drive.
Yeah. So, what?
Can I jump in here? Am I on?
Go.
Yes.
Yeah. There's 61. Didn't you say this is $61,000?
Yeah, on the window sticker.
Yeah. That's expensive for an SUV of that type. I mean, I have a Highlander, which it appears to be about the same size and the same look, and it's like $12,000 cheaper than that.
Yeah, and your Highlander has a third row seat, which this one does not. But there's significant differences in the standard equipment levels, Dave. The RX comes completely loaded no matter what. Whereas the Highlander, you've got choices. You can go from, having a less expensive one up to a really nice one. In fact, we're going to have a review up today of the 2020 Highlander, which we really like. I mean, how do you not like a Highlander, for goodness sake?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, mine has, if I was understood correctly, mine has every option that they offer. It's the one that's above the limited.
Yeah, the Platinum. Yeah, they're super nice. I mean, they really are. And we've talked about this before, but I love the room you get in the third row seat of the Highlander. So many of these, the third row seat is really tight. Highlander's got a lot of leg room back there.
Well, one thing you mentioned, Jerry, is how quiet the Lexus is. This is one thing that I do not like about the Highlander. So we go down the highway and listen to books, and the road noise and all is so much that I have to crank it up and nearly till the windows are rattling to hear it. Yeah,
and that's something that both Toyota and Honda have tried to do a better job at the last few years. Prior to that, boy, it was really, really was an area that the domestics had a very big edge in. They've always focused on interior quietness, and the Japanese have not. But that's changing now. This Lexus, heavily insulated throughout it. That's one of the differences between a Lexus and a Toyota, even though they're made by the same company. The insulation, and the other thing that they've learned through time is the thickness of the glass around a vehicle has a huge impact on interior quietness. Thicker glass gives you more quiet inside.
So,
wow.
Jerry, one of the other things that you had mentioned was leasing. Now, I know that with a Lexus, you could probably get a payment that's fairly similar to a less expensive Highlander or something like that with a lease. And if you're planning on getting a new car every 3 years anyway, is that maybe a better way to go?
Oh, I think it is, as long as you can stay within the mileage limits. It's 15,000 miles a year. It's standard. That's what you get. And for most people, that's plenty. Some people drive more than that. In your area there, a lot of people drive more than that. So that's really the only thing you got to watch. But lease payments are largely based on the residual value at the end of the lease. So vehicles with great resale value have high residual values, which equate to lower monthly lease payments. So, there's the success of the RX350 with resale value has a lot to do with those low payments and the fact that Lexus puts all their incentives on leasing.
So what do you have going on CarProUSA.com right now?
Well, I've got a number of articles that we put up yesterday. One of them is about this Memorial weekend for those people who are in the market to buy a car. The landscape is going to change dramatically over the next month. And I write about this there. There's going to be some really big inventory shortages, particularly with popular SUVs and popular pickups. I think pickups are going to get hit worse than SUVs. And, there's still going to be a lot of sedans out there because the sale rate of sedans these days is very low. So there's a lot of them out there. But, boy, I tell you, with assembly plants shut down for 2 months now, no cars coming into the dealerships. They've been selling out of their same inventory for 60 days, and they're getting short on the popular vehicles. Now, besides the inconvenience of not having the selection that you like, what's going to happen in June is the manufacturers are going to big time drop the incentives that are out there. There's no need for them if inventory is short. So my suggestion is for those people who might be in the market right now, this Memorial weekend is probably the best time to get yourself a new car. And it won't be as good again until December.
I'm saying it's your last decent chance for a while.
Yeah, to really get a bargain. And you don't want to take advantage of, this corona, I almost said the word, this epidemic that has gripped the country.
Yeah.
You kind of hate to take advantage of it, but free money's free money,
So you've also got another couple things. You got the 10 best cars for recent college grads. So if you're looking at getting a college grad a car, be a great place to learn a little bit. And then the one that I saw that really caught my attention was the 2021 Chevy Tahoe Police Pursuit vehicle. It's a really nice looking vehicle.
Boy, I tell you what, Chevy has gotten really popular with their Tahoes, especially since Ford dropped the Crown Victoria that everybody used for so long.
Yeah.
But they have found out that the room inside the SUVs, especially Tahoe, because it's a good-sized SUV, they're making two packages in that. One is more of a pursuit vehicle, and the other one is, just a regular patrol-type vehicle for the officers. But, boy, you, unless you've looked inside a police vehicle in a while, you don't realize how much stuff they have in there, especially computer system. And
it takes up the whole passenger seat almost.
It does. It really does. So I think they're going to have a winner with this one. That 2021 signals the new body style of the Tahoe that's being built here in Arlington, Texas. And those have been delayed some now because of the plant shutdowns, but we should start to see those between now and the end of the year. The police pursuit vehicles will be out just after the first part of 2021.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jerry, thanks for coming on. We got to take a break. It's always great to talk to you. You're on from 11 to 1 right here on 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO every Saturday morning. Again, that's 11 to 1. And also, if you want to see those car reviews, check out carprousa.com. This specific one, the Lexus, will be on next Monday, right?
There you go. That's it.
All right. Thanks, Jerry.
Have a good Memorial Day.
All right. You too. We'll be right back.